Across time and cultures, myths and legends have captivated us, transporting us to worlds of gods and monsters. They are the warriors, the heroes, the champions who stand as symbols of raw, unbridled strength. Join us now as we delve into the myths and legends to uncover the top 10 strongest humans in mythology. Starting us off at number 10 is a figure steeped in the lore of ancient Germania, Dietrich von Bern. Dietrich was inspired by a real king, Theodoric the Great, who ruled the Ostrogoths in the 5th and 6th centuries. But as often happens with these things, history morphed into myth, and Dietrich's exploits grew to superhuman proportions. In the swirling sagas of the Nibelungenlied and the Thiedrich saga, Dietrich von Bern evolves into something far greater than a mere king. He becomes a symbol of unwavering strength, a warrior who faces down giants and dragons with equal ferocity. Imagine, if you will, a landscape shrouded in mist, ancient forests teeming with creatures of myth. Dietrich achieved all of this without any divine aid, carving his name into the very fabric of legend. Our next hero, hailing from the sun-drenched shores of ancient Greece, is a name synonymous with bravery and cunning, Theseus. Most people know Theseus as the slayer of the Minotaur, the monstrous beast that haunted the labyrinth of Crete. But to focus solely on Theseus's intellect is to overlook a crucial aspect of his legend, his remarkable physical strength. Picture this: Athens, bustling with life, a young Theseus, barely a teenager, approaches a massive boulder. With a deep breath and a surge of adrenaline, Theseus hefted the massive stone, revealing the tokens of his lineage and marking the beginning of his legendary journey. Years later, Theseus would face the fearsome Minotaur, a creature with the head of a bull and the body of a man, trapped within the twisting corridors of the labyrinth. Armed with nothing but his wits, his courage, and his incredible strength, Theseus confronted the beast. It was a battle for the ages, a testament to human resilience, and in the end Theseus emerged victorious. From the land of the rising sun comes a hero whose strength became the stuff of legend: Kintaro, the golden boy of Japanese folklore. Imagine this: deep in the forests of Mount Ashigara, a young boy, his skin as radiant as the sun, is playing. But this is no ordinary child's play. Kintaro is uprooting trees, tossing boulders around like pebbles, and engaging in friendly sparring matches with the local bear population. His strength was so profound, so far beyond that of any normal human, that animals were drawn to him, recognizing a kindred spirit in this wild child of the forest. He would go on to become Sakata no Kintoki, a loyal samurai who served the famed Minamoto no Yorimitsu. His childhood exploits solidified his place in Japanese folklore as the embodiment of superhuman strength. Journey with me now to the ancient Persian Empire, a land of sweeping deserts, majestic mountains, and heroes of unparalleled might. It is here we encounter Rostam, the legendary warrior whose name is synonymous with strength and valor. Born into a lineage of heroes, Rostam seemed destined for greatness from the very beginning. His very birth was a feat of strength, as his mother required a cesarean section due to his incredible size. Rostam's legend truly takes flight with his acquisition of Raksh, a magnificent steed as renowned for its strength and loyalty as Rostam himself. Together, they were an unstoppable force. He undertook 7 labors, each more perilous than the last, facing down monstrous lions, fearsome dragons, and even a sorceress. Rostam's strength was not simply physical, it was a strength of spirit, an unyielding will that allowed him to overcome any obstacle. From the icy realms of Scandinavia comes a hero whose name has echoed through the ages, a warrior whose strength has become the stuff of legend: Beowulf. Beowulf's tale, passed down through generations of storytellers, speaks to something primal within us, a fascination with raw, untamed power. Imagine, if you will, the mead hall of Heorot, a place of warmth and celebration, suddenly invaded by a monstrous creature of the night, Grendel. Enter Beowulf, a warrior who needs no weapon, no army at his back. He meets Grendel's monstrous strength with his own bare hands. The hall trembles as these two titans clash. Beowulf, with a surge of superhuman strength, rips Grendel's arm from its socket, sending the creature fleeing back to its lair to die. Beowulf's story doesn't end there. He faces Grendel's vengeful mother in her underwater lair, battling sea monsters and wielding a magic sword. Beowulf's strength was more than just muscle and sinew. It was a force of nature, an unyielding spirit that embodied the very essence of a warrior. Prepare yourself, for our next hero is not for the faint of heart. From the Emerald Isles of Irish mythology comes Cuchulainn, a warrior whose strength bordered on the supernatural. Cuchulainn wasn't born with bulging muscles or superhuman size. His strength was something far more terrifying, a berserker rage known as the Rheostrad or warp spasm. Imagine this, a battlefield shrouded in mist, the air thick with the stench of sweat and fear. Suddenly, a figure emerges from the chaos, his body contorted, his eyes blazing with an unearthly light. This warp spasm, this terrifying transformation imbued him with superhuman strength, speed, and ferocity. At 17, he single-handedly held off the army of Queen Medb at the cattle raid of Cooley. Cuchulain's legend is a cautionary tale, a reminder that sometimes the greatest strength can also be a terrible burden. Our journey now takes us back to the cradle of civilization, to ancient Mesopotamia, where we encounter a hero whose story is perhaps the oldest written tale in human history, Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh was a demigod, 2/3 divine, 1/3 human, and while some might argue that his divine heritage disqualifies him from our list, I say his human side, his mortality, makes his feats all the more impressive. Imagine this, the ancient city of Uruk, its walls stretching towards the heavens, ruled by a king who is both god and man. Gilgamesh, restless, yearning for glory, embarks on a series of adventures that would test the very limits of his strength. He battles monstrous beasts, slays Humbaba, the guardian of the cedar forest, and even faces off against the gods themselves. He wrestles with the wild man Enkidu, a being created to match Gilgamesh's strength. But perhaps Gilgamesh's greatest challenge, his most profound display of strength, was his quest for immortality. Though ultimately unsuccessful in his quest, Gilgamesh's story reminds us that true strength lies not just in physical prowess, but in the courage to face our own mortality. From the vibrant tapestry of Hindu mythology, we encounter a hero whose appetite for adventure was matched only by his colossal strength, Bhima, the second of the Pandava brothers, a central figure in the epic Mahabharata. Bhima's strength was legendary, even in a world populated by gods and demigods. He possessed the strength of 10,000 elephants, a force of nature capable of shaking the very earth with his footsteps. But Bhima wasn't just about brute force. He was a skilled wrestler, a master of the mace, and his boundless energy and enthusiasm made him a formidable opponent in any arena. For 13 days and nights Bhima grappled with Jarasandha, the mighty king of Magadha, and with a surge of superhuman strength, tore Jarasandha in two. Bhima's strength was a force of nature, a primal energy that embodied the very essence of a warrior. Our penultimate hero hails from the pages of the Bible, a man whose strength was said to be a gift from God Samson. Samson's story is one of faith, betrayal, and ultimately, redemption through sacrifice. But at its core, it is a story about the awesome power that resides within us all. Imagine this, a young Samson walking through the vineyards comes face to face with a roaring lion. He faced the beast with his bare hands and with a surge of divine strength, tore the lion apart. Samson went on to single-handedly slaughter an entire army of Philistines using only the jawbone of a donkey. He tore down the gates of a city, carrying them on his shoulders for miles. But Samson's strength wasn't just physical. It was a symbol of his faith, a testament to the power of belief. As he stood in the temple of Dagon, surrounded by his enemies, he prayed for one final surge of power. With a mighty roar, he pushed apart the pillars of the temple, bringing the entire structure crashing down upon himself and his enemies. And so, we come to the end of our journey, the top spot on our list, the undisputed champion of strength in mythology, Hercules. Hercules, like Gilgamesh, was a demigod, the son of Zeus, king of the gods, and a mortal woman named Alcmene. But it was his human side, his capacity for both greatness and folly, that made him such an enduring figure. Hercules' strength was legendary, even among the gods. He was said to possess the strength of 100 men, and his feats of daring are still celebrated today. Imagine this, the Nemean lion, a beast so fierce its hide was impervious to weapons. Hercules, armed with nothing but his bare hands and his trusty club, wrestled the beast into submission. And that was just the first of his 12 labors. He captured the Erymanthian boar, cleansed the Augean stables, and even captured Cerberus, the three-headed hound that guarded the gates of the underworld. Hercules' story is a testament to the boundless potential of the human spirit, a reminder that even the most daunting challenges can be overcome with courage, determination, and yes, a healthy dose of superhuman strength. And there you have it, our top 10 strongest humans in mythology. From the frozen north to the sun-drenched shores of the Mediterranean, from the deserts of Persia to the forests of Japan, these heroes have captivated our imaginations for millennia. Honorable mentions go out to Achilles, Ogier the Dane, and Sun Wukong, the Monkey King of Chinese legend. Who did we miss? Let us know in the comments. And if you want more mythic showdowns, smash that like button and subscribe for epic mythology content every week.